Honestly, one of the most important goals that everyone sets for themselves is none other than improving intelligence. But sometimes we get the wrong idea that our intelligence is limited to what genetics allow to play a really big role, and geniuses are wonders. William James Siddy's Terentau. Kimangong clear signs, like, if I already tell you that the doors are opened, unlimited possibilities to develop your intelligence, regardless of the initial situation we experience when a lot of information is at your fingertips. The foundations of intelligence are not just to attract information, but to show it. It requires a different approach to assimilating and making sense of information, and this is where Stoic philosophy and its powerful teachings allow us to completely change the way we see and understand. Use the process. Many studies have been done to discover the secrets behind intelligence, and the results show that it is not just about training the brain or continuous learning, but also about training the soul correctly. Today we will explore 10 very powerful Stoic lessons to increase your wisdom, making you not only wiser, but always more understanding and serene. Let's take a journey and discover the ancient principles and the modern power of expanding wisdom. Not only your knowledge, but also your opinion on the... But before we start, I have a question for you. Watch the video until the end of, and don't miss the lesson, because just one of the 10 lessons below will help you expand your path and find peace in all moments of life. Number 1, accepting pain as a way to grow. A warm bed, our favorite TV show, or maybe a hot cocoa on a cold day are often what come to mind when we think of comfort. But what if I told you that the way to intelligence and knowledge often lies in Stoics say that unpleasant feelings are a good way to learn and grow? They push us out of our comfort zone, where ease and comfort make it hard to want to learn and move forward. Seneca, a philosopher, once said that problems strengthen the mind, like work does for the body. This is both a lesson of the strength we all have when we face problems, and an invitation to welcome and even seek discomfort as a chance to grow. Let's go on a trip to push our limits, from taking cold showers to doing the hard things we put off, or having conversations that make us see things from a different point of view. Each step is a test of our comfort and a lesson in inner strength and the power of the mind. When we face and accept our pain, we not only get stronger, but we also learn more and become smarter. We learn that every challenge and difficulty comes with valuable lessons and chances to grow. For example, Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." This says it all. We find freedom and wisdom by overcoming challenges. So get out of your comfort zone and face your discomfort. It's not just a path to intelligence and wisdom, but also a journey to seek deep meaning in life, where growth and learning never cease. By daring to face discomfort, we enrich ourselves and broaden our understanding of the world around us and the people we can become. Number 2, the power of observing with awareness. If you're walking through a garden, stop and notice a flower. Notice its color, shape, how the light falls on each petal, and even the soft scent it gives off. When you do this, you're not just seeing a flower, you're experiencing a piece of the universe. You're enjoying a moment of life that you might have missed if you had just walked by without paying attention. Through mindful observation, we learn not only about the world. Paying attention helps us get away from Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, called it the trap of false beliefs. When we learn to look at everything around us without quickly labeling or judging it, we calm our minds and hearts and get more wisdom and understanding. Mindful observation works best when we do it every day by paying attention to everything from our breath to how we listen to others. This method is not only a way to improve your mind in a way that is inspired by Stoicism, but it is also a way of life, a way of looking at everything with consciousness and wholeness. Let's help each other grow. How does the power of mindful observation work? Make changes to your life. Leave your stories in the comments so that other people can learn from them. A technique that goes deep into mindfulness and consciousness is observing with awareness. It means being fully present and involved in the present moment, observing what is happening inside and outside of you, without attaching or judging it. Being able to observe with awareness is powerful because it helps us learn more about ourselves and the world around us. Here are a few of its most important advantages. More clarity. When we pay attention, we become more in touch with our feelings, thoughts, and senses. This increased awareness can help us see our experiences more clearly and understand the patterns and reasons behind our behaviors better. Better presence. Being aware of what we're observing lets us fully be in the present moment instead of dwelling on the past or worried about the future. Being here can make you feel more at peace, fulfilled, and grateful for life as it happens. Better control of feelings. Being aware of our feelings can help us become more emotionally intelligent and resilient. In tough scenarios, we don't have to act right away. We can take a moment to notice how we're feeling without judging them, and then choose how to act in a more skilled and caring way. Increased creativity. We can use our natural creativity and imagination when we are curious and open-minded about the things that happen to us. Observing with awareness can lead to new thoughts, ideas, and points of view, which can help with problem-solving and creativity. Better relationships. Being aware of how we and others are watching us can help us build stronger connections and empathy. As we grow, we become more aware of the wants and needs of those around us. This makes our relationships better and more satisfying. Stress reduction. Being aware of what you're observing can help reduce stress and worry by making you feel calm and relaxed. We can get away from things that stress us out and feel more calm and balanced by watching our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. Overall, observing with awareness is powerful because it can change you and help you become more self-aware, resilient, and at peace with yourself, which will lead to a more meaningful and satisfying life. Number 3, embracing change as a teacher. We can't change things. Being open to change as a teacher brings changes. As technology improves, new recipes may be released for even our favorite foods. However, many of us fight change because we are afraid of the unknown or losing what we know. Stoic thinkers think that change is a normal part of life, and a deep teacher that change is not only normal, but also a powerful way to sharpen the mind and spirit. Stoicism tells us that how we deal with change decides how well we can grow and adapt. People not only accept change, but also look forward to it as an important part of life that brings new opportunities to learn and grow. Think of change as a teacher who is always ready to teach you important lessons about patience, acceptance, and strength. When we learn to accept change, we not only get smarter and more resilient in the face of problems, but we also gain a lot of foresight. Change pushes us out of our comfort zone, tests our limits, and helps us learn how to react quickly and well. One of the most important things that Stoicism teaches us about dealing with change is to focus on what we can control and accept what we can't. Instead of trying to stop change, learn how to change your path. We can not only get through tough times, but we can also become smarter and more aware of ourselves and the world around us by looking for new opportunities and realizing that every ending leads to a new beginning. The key to improving your intelligence through Stoic philosophy is not to seek stability and predictability, but to learn to live with and make the most of uncertainty and flux by accepting that change is a part of life and learning from every experience. As a teacher, you need to be open to change for your own personal and professional growth, because well as for the good of your children. These are some good ways to accept change. Be open-minded, be cheerful, and keep an open mind about change. Know that things will change, and that this can mean new chances to learn and grow. Continuous learning. Always know about the newest tools, teaching methods and trends in education. To improve your skills and keep up with changes in education, go to classes, conferences, and professional development programs. Flexibility. Change how you teach based on what works best for you. Know that each student learns and learns best in their own way, and be ready to change the way you teach to fit their needs. Practices that make you think. As you teach, think about your methods often to find ways you can improve and grow. Ask your co-workers, students, and parents for feedback to get new ideas and views. Accept technology. Accept technology as a way to make learning and teaching better. Look into new digital platforms, apps, and online tools for education to keep students interested and help them learn in new ways. Collaboration. Work together with students, teachers, and other pros in the field. Help each other deal with changes in education by sharing ideas, tools, and the best ways to do things. Develop your resilience to deal with problems and setbacks that may come up because of changes in schooling. Keep your eye on your goals and your promise to give your kids the best learning experience possible. Being understanding. Know that students can also find change hard. Help them get used to new routines, standards, and learning spaces by showing them you understand and are there for them. Celebrate wins. To keep people motivated and upbeat during times of change, it's important to celebrate all wins, no matter how small. Honor the work you and your students have made and enjoy important moments along the way. Lead by example. Show that you are willing to change by altering the way you do things. Be an example of a growth mindset and a commitment to lifelong learning for your kids. Show them that change can be good and give them power. As a teacher, you can make the classroom interesting and dynamic, preparing your kids for success in a world that is always changing. Number 4. Seeking silence amidst the noise. There is a lot of noise and distraction in the world, and it's getting harder and harder to find peace and quiet. This can be bad for our health. In 2011, the World Health Organization called noise pollution a modern-day epidemic, saying that there is strong evidence that exposure to environmental noise has negative effects on public health. We are constantly exposed to noise through music, TV, radio, audio files, and the sounds we make in our heads. How many moments of complete silence do you spend each day? The answer is probably not many. Please share your answer in the comments. We want to hear how you use this method. First, set aside some time every day to be quiet. Not for long periods of time. 5 to 10 minutes a day is a good start. During this time, turn off all electronics and find a quiet place to sit or lie down alone with your thoughts. The goal is not to clear your mind, but to notice your thoughts without judging them. In particular, let's look at the story of John, an office worker who decides to seek silence for 10 minutes during his lunch break. He finds a quiet spot in the park near his office, turns off his cell phone, and just sits there, feeling his breath and observing his thoughts without trying to control or judge them. This short break not only helps him relax, but it also clears his mind and gives him energy so he can go back to work with a clear head. In silence, we find the strength to face and solve our inner worries when our minds are clear and not cluttered with noise. It helps us see things more clearly, which helps us make better choices and get smarter. Silence is not only a way to block out noise, but it's also a way to connect with ourselves and the world around us more deeply. With ourselves and the world around us. It can be hard to find silence in a noisy environment, but it can also be very fulfilling. Here are some ideas that might work for you. Meditation. Even when there is noise around you, meditation can help you find peace and quiet inside. To keep your mind on one thing and let go of other things, focus on your breath or a phrase, nature. Spend time in nature areas where you can hear less of the noise of everyday life. You can connect with the sounds of nature by finding quiet places in parks, woods, or by bodies of water. Places with little noise. Look for places like libraries, churches, and quiet rooms where you can get away from noise. Set aside a quiet area in your home where you can rest and relax. Noise-cancelling headphones. Buy a pair of noise-cancelling headphones to block out outside noise and make any space more peaceful. Being mindful means focusing on the present moment and giving your full attention to whatever you are doing, like eating, walking, or working. It's possible to feel calm amidst the noise if you keep your mind on the job at hand. Take breaks from technology and social media on a regular basis. They can add to the noise and stress of modern life. It can help you get in touch with yourself and find peace of mind to disconnect for a while. Deep breathing. Learn to do deep breathing techniques every day to help calm your mind and lower your stress. Focusing on your breath for a few minutes can help you feel calm in the middle of all the noise. When you practice mindful hearing, you don't try to block out noise. Instead, you fully experience the sounds around you without judging them or getting attached to them. In the middle of all the noise, this can help you find peace and beauty. Remember that it takes time to find silence in the middle of noise, and you may have to try different things before you find what works best for you. As you look for quiet and peace in your daily life, be kind to yourself and put self-care first. Number 5. Using gratitude as a way to get smarter. Practicing gratitude is like opening a door to knowledge. Thankfulness is an emotion, a short-lived feeling we get when someone does something nice for us. Stoic philosophers looked at gratitude in a different way. For them, gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a practice that helps us see the world more clearly and gain more knowledge. Basically, gratitude makes room in the soul for humility and understanding to grow. When we accept and practice gratitude, we not only see how valuable the things and people around us are, but we also gain the ability to see things more clearly and directly. This not only helps us get through hard times, but it also leads to deep knowledge. Stoic thought says that knowing things isn't enough to be wise. You also need to know how you fit in with other people and the world. Being thankful helps us connect with others by encouraging mutual understanding and empathy. When we are thankful, our minds grow beyond our egos and try to connect with everything around us, which gives us a new view on life and information. It takes attention and patience to practice gratitude every day, just like learning a new skill. One way to practice is to keep a gratitude journal. Every day, write down at least 3 things you are thankful for. Over time, you will notice a change in how you see the world and the things that happen in your life. Ultimately, practicing gratitude is not only a way to get smarter, it's also a way to find peace and happiness in life. When we learn to appreciate and be thankful for what we have, we not only find peace within ourselves, but also courage. Let us know in the comments if you've learned anything from today's lesson on practicing gratitude. Your presence is a great support as we work to bring the true values of Stoicism to more people. Please like and share this video to share these lessons with your family and friends, or leave a comment saying, "I appreciate my life," if you're ready to start the next 5 lessons. Number 6. Continuing to learn throughout life. Things that are common today might not have been around 10 years ago, and 65% of new jobs are expected to be filled by technology. The COVID-19 pandemic was a powerful reminder of the need to adapt. The world has seen big changes in everything from lifestyle to technology, which has sped up the process of getting rid of old ways of doing things. In this situation, adaptation is not just a choice, it's a survival necessity and the key. Even though the idea of lifelong learning is becoming more popular, there are still many who doubt its practicality. With all the responsibilities of life, like work and family, the idea that learning can only happen in a classroom with a teacher has become outdated, not upset. Phil's outlook gives me a new view. Seeing learning as an integral part of daily life means that you are always trying to learn more and become more effective in a world that is always changing. Marcus Aurelius was a great Stoic thinker. Emperor once said that what someone thinks shapes their life. These tips, echoes through time, stresses that knowledge and understanding are the building blocks of a free mind and a worthwhile life. Every moment, from meetings to experiences, is a chance to learn something new. There are no longer just four walls around the classroom. The whole world is our school. Stoic philosophy also says that you can learn by interacting with and observing the world around you. It values the gathering of knowledge from life events. This supports the idea that everyone can learn, no matter their age or social standing. Getting used to new technologies and using digital tools for learning like online classes. In the digital age, ebooks, podcasts, and educational videos are important ways to expand your knowledge and skills. But lifelong learning is more than just seeking new information. It's also a process of self-discovery and self-reflection to become the best version of yourself. By constantly expanding our knowledge and applying it to daily life, we not only get smarter, but also create a more meaningful, fulfilling, and happier life. We want to hear about your learning journey. What cool new things have you learned lately? How has Stoic philosophy helped you keep your desire to learn alive? Tell us in the comments below, and we'll build a community of people who love to learn, where everyone can find the drive and inspiration to keep going on the path of knowledge. Not only is it good to keep learning throughout life, it's also necessary in today's fast-paced world. This is why it's important to keep learning throughout your life. Adaptability. Learning new things throughout one's life helps them keep up with changes in their field and in the world. As industries and technology change all the time, people who keep learning are better prepared to handle new challenges and possibilities. Professional growth. Learning new things all the time makes people smarter and more employable, which makes them more competitive in the job market. It gives you more chances to move up in your job and makes you more money. Personal growth. Taking on new challenges and learning new things keeps your mind busy and interested, which helps you grow and develop as a person. It lets people try out new hobbies and interests, which can make their lives more satisfying. Keeping up with the times. Over time, industries and job standards change. By keeping up with the latest trends, technologies, and best practices, lifelong learning helps people stay useful in their chosen area. Better ability to solve problems. Learning opens up new ideas and views, which can help people get better at solving problems. This can be helpful in both personal and business situations, making it easier to deal with problems. Confidence. Learning new things and getting good at them makes you feel better about your confidence and self-esteem. It gives people the confidence to take on new challenges and keep going after their goals. Networking chances. As you learn new things throughout your life, you'll likely meet other people who are also learning and experts in your field. These interactions can be very helpful for your career. Making friends with people who share your interests can help you work together, find a guide, and even find new job opportunities. Adopting a growth mindset. People who think they can learn and get better over time foster a growth mindset by committing to lifelong learning. This way of thinking is necessary to be strong and successful when things go wrong. In the end, lifelong learning isn't just about getting new knowledge. It's also about developing a mindset of openness, growth, and flexibility that makes your personal and professional life better. Number 7. The act of consciously stepping away from something. People talk a lot about how important it is to be engaged in things like work, learning, and relationships. But what about the other side of that coin? The Stoic philosophers knew how important it was to purposefully withdraw from our daily lives in order to clear our minds and heal our souls. In today's fast-paced world, finding moments of silence to recharge is not only a need, it's an art. The practice of withdrawal is a pillar of a different view. Let's look at the case of Linda, a passionate writer who felt trapped in a whirlpool of less creativity and exhaustion because of the demands of her job and the expectations of her fans. Remembering the advice on practicing withdrawal, Linda decided to temporarily cut herself off from all forms of electronic communication, including social media, email, and texting, for a week. She spent this time meditating, practicing yoga, and writing in a journal, looking for peace in her mind and soul. During this time, the stillness and quiet helped Linda reconnect with her inner source of inspiration, and she also came up with new and creative ideas that led her in a new direction. When Linda got back, she not only felt better physically, but she was also full of energy and new project ideas. Withdrawal is a powerful reminder to keep the mind and soul fresh, and it helps us see things in a new and deeper way. When we learn to temporarily step away from the noise of life and seek tranquility, we not only find balance, but we also open the door to creativity and deep wisdom. Number 8. The art of active listening. To really listen is an art, and people who do it well are definitely artists. The point of listening is to understand. We know some things and don't know many others. When we know how to listen, we understand what is said properly, and even when we hear something wrong, we understand. We need to practice sitting down and listening with an open mind. Because there are already opinions, prejudice is made up of those views. We twist everything other people say in this busy and noisy world. The real art of listening becomes a test of our patience and focus. When we listen actively, we learn from both what is said and what is not said. The not often speaks louder than the spoken word because it contains feelings, thoughts, and deep motivations. This way of listening helps us understand not only what someone is saying, but also their heart and soul. To really listen well, you have to be humble. To do this, we have to be honest with ourselves. No matter how much we know, there is still more to learn. Every person we meet and every story we hear is a chance to learn more and think more deeply. Philosophy of the Stoics also stresses listening to learn and think, not to respond or judge. When we listen without trying to answer or defend ourselves, we make room for thought and a better knowledge of the people and the world around us. Ultimately, it cuts to its core. Listening is an act of love and an important step on the path to knowledge. When we listen, we learn from others and from ourselves. In this lesson, I want to give you a small challenge. For 7 days, listen to someone without judging them. When you open your heart, wonderful changes will happen in your life and relationships. Not only does listening help you learn, but it also helps you connect with others and grow. Are you ready to take on this challenge? Tell us what you think. Active listening is a way to communicate that involves paying close attention to what someone is saying, making sure you understand what they mean, and replying with care. It's more than just hearing words. It's also about knowing, caring, and getting involved. To learn how to listen actively, keep these things in mind. Give your full attention. Pay full attention to the person who is talking to you. To do this, put away phones and other devices that might distract you. Look the speaker in the eye and face them straight. Display your interest. To show that you're paying attention, use body language like smiling, nodding, and making the right facial movements. To get the person talking to keep going, say things like, "Yes, I see," or "Go on." Put what the speaker said into your own words to show that you understand. This is called paraphrasing and reflecting. By repeating what they said, you can clear up any confusion and show that you're paying attention. Asking more questions will help. Don't be afraid to ask if there's something you don't understand or need more information on. Asking clarifying questions shows that you want to fully understand the speaker's point of view. Don't talk over the other person. Let them finish their thought before you answer. Interrupting can be rude and throw off the flow of the talk. Wait for the speaker to give you a sign or a natural pause before you speak. Understand how the other person feels. Try to put yourself in their shoes and understand how they feel. Show that you understand by recognizing their feelings and confirming what they're going through. Being non-judgmental means not passing judgment and not assuming anything or going to conclusions. Make sure there is a safe and helpful space where the speaker can talk freely. Give your opinion. To show that you're listening and interested in the talk, give the other person feedback and affirmation. This can include saying things like, "That sounds hard," or "I understand how you feel." Mindfulness means to be in the present and pay attention to the speaker without letting your thoughts roam. Deep breathing and other mindfulness practices can help you stay focused and calm during talks. Follow up. After the talk, get in touch with the other person to make sure you understood and to continue the conversation if needed. This shows that you care about what they have to say and want to keep talking to them. You can improve your speech, make relationships stronger, and connect with others more deeply if you learn how to actively listen. It's useful in both personal and business situations because it helps people work together, solve problems, and understand each other better. Number 9, cultivating curiosity over judgment. Let's say you are a traveler walking on a road you have never been on before, with the stars and candle lights to show the way, making it clear that each sound in the dark is no longer a sign of fear and judgment, but a call to explore. What is that rustling sound in the dark? What lessons does the darkness of the night teach this traveler? They know that the unknown is not something to be afraid of, but something to explore. Every step taken with curiosity instead of judgment is a step toward intelligence, because in the unknown lies the potential for growth, understanding, and intelligence. The idea of encouraging curiosity instead of judgment makes us stop and think, replacing our natural judgments with a deep fascination and a deep desire. It's a call to approach every encounter, thought, and situation with an open mind and a spirit of discovery instead of condemnation or bias. Marcus Aurelius said this in a grand way. Life is short, so enjoy the present moment as much as you can. This quote, along with the emphasis on thoughtfully, shows how important it is to value curiosity and attention over quick responses or judgments. Judgment often shuts down the mind. It's a confirmation of what you already know and a block to learning more. On the other hand, being curious means being aware of your limits and the infinite complexity of life. It also means being open to new options. By encouraging curiosity, we start a lifelong journey of learning. Every person we meet, every challenge we face, and every uncomfortable moment becomes a teacher, teaching us patience, compassion, and inner strength. Begin each day with a question. What do you want to understand? Instead of, what do I want to achieve? When someone has a different opinion, don't jump to judgment. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this point of view? Number 10. The value of diverse interactions. One of the treasures of life is interacting with different people from different cultures and different lifestyles. Everyone brings a universe of experience and knowledge. Deep in Stoic philosophy, we remember that growth and understanding do not come from our lessons alone, but also being open to the lessons of others. Dealing with people from different cultures and life experiences is an opportunity to break down the walls of prejudices and good ideas and ways to expand our minds and help us find a complete way of thinking that I have, with an open heart to new solutions, and solutions that we may not know well. In every relationship, in conversation, even if it involves information and lessons to share and understand. In the best way, we not only strengthen empathy, we also increase the ability to empathize, interpret, and work with the world around us. This is not only intellectually, but it also helps us to constantly improve. And thinking within thoughts with spiritual thoughts as thoughts where every person we meet is a teacher, and everyone is a story with which they share a lesson, exploring and learning from each other in another world, is not only a journey of knowledge, but also helps us discover new knowledge. And it is a spiritual journey that helps us discover ourselves as well. So the value of different interactions lies not in gathering knowledge or not just knowledge, but also by developing the spirit of tolerance and an open heart, willing to accept and learn everything that life brings. All this is the basis of wisdom, ideas that are constantly growing, accepting and changing in activities and connections. Thank you for taking the time to read through the 10 lessons from Stoicism that will help you become smarter. Before we end, we'd love to hear about your thoughts and experiences. Which of the lessons we shared most impressed you? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. The Stoic philosopher's ideas are always inspiring.